I have about 30 inches of cord here, and I'll match up the ends. I'll find the center point, and then I'll reach in, give it a twist, and now I'm working with 3 different strands. 1, 2, 3. Now let me show you the braiding pattern. With my loose strand on the left, I'm going to place that in the middle. Strand on the right goes in the middle, strand on the left goes in the middle. Strand on the right goes in the middle, strand on the left goes in the middle. Now I wanted you to see that the braid is happening down below. It's also happening up above, so we have to work with that. But we're going to start over again, because as we braid this, it's going to be more difficult for you to see, but at least you know what's going on. Okay. Twist in, got my 3 strands, and we're going to do this 6 times, starting with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I get to 6, I'm going to pinch it together. Looking good down below, and up top, this loose end here, I'm just going to fish that all out. Okay, and check this out. It's almost like we started all over again. We have our loose strand on the left, and we have our 2 strands on the right. Now we're going to do it 5 times. It is going to be difficult for you to see, but check this out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to hold those together. Again, I'm going to fish out my loose end. And by doing this, the strands on the right, they automatically cross over because of how the plating lays. Now I'm just going to take this end here and I'm going to thread it right through. There we go. And now our braid is complete. The only problem is it's not even, so what we need to do is comb it out and make everything nice and even. Now we can't just leave it like this. If I pull the ends, it's going to collapse everything together, and we don't want that. For this next step, I would normally use more of the same paracord, but so you can see what's going on, I'm going to choose a different color. Here we have some orange. I'm just going to gut it out. And now I'm going to start pushing the braid apart until I can grab onto one of the pieces of the braid. Okay, this one looks as good as any. I'm going to pull that one out. So I just have to hold on to it and I'll start fishing it out. I'll pull the cord down, inch it, keep on pulling. And you can even see where the strand is missing in the paracord now. Okay, I got a needle and we're going to thread it on. I'm just going to start from the end, folding a little bite in. Pinch it between my fingers and just thread it right through the needle. There we go. Now this isn't braided, it's just a bunch of loose strands, so it can be difficult to keep track of. Taking a look at our bracelet, you'll see that one strand points away from you, the other strand points towards you. So we have to do a different stitch on each side. With my braid facing towards me, that is the free end here, is pointing out of the braid. I'm going to take my needle and poke it right through, catching just a little bit of the loop up top. We don't need much. There we go. Now I'm going to go back down and I'm going to try to go through the same hole that I came up with. There we go. Okay, we're going to pull this tight. And now we're anchored. We just need to tie a knot on this side. So I'm going to do a surgeon's knot. I'm going to do left over right. I'm going to do that 2 times. And then pull it tight. There we go. And then I'll do right over left. And I'll do that 2 times as well. There we go, and pull it tight. That's what it looks like close up. Okay, now I'm going to take my double strand here. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to thread it through my needle. There we go. Again, remember I said it might be hard to keep track of. All right, we got it. Okay, from here, I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to try to poke it as close as I can to the knot I made. And I'm going to run it down the sheath of the paracord. Now we want to go at least a needle's length. Okay. Now let's pull this out. There we go. And now we're just going to pull the rest of the thread through. Okay, here it is. I'll pull that thread all the way out. Okay. Now I'm going to pull this short, and then I'll snip it off with some scissors, and then let it hide within the bracelet. There we go. We want to keep the evidence of the stitching on the same side. This one's pointing towards us, this one's pointing away from us, so I'm just going to pull in my stitch right here. And pull it tight. And I'll poke it back through the sheath. Okay, on the front, you can't tell the difference. On the back, you see 2 small stitches. Now we need the help of a straw. I'm going to cut off about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 times. One of the straws I'm going to cut right down the middle. I'll fold the ends of my bracelet over, and then I'm going to wrap my straw around the both of them. Overlap your straw so you completely protect the bracelet. Again, I would normally use the same color, but I want you to be able to see what's going on. I'll take one straw and I'll place it right above, and now I'll point one end to the left, and I'm going to start wrapping my gutted paracord downwards 3 times. There we go. Make sure everything is nice and dressed up. Now I'll take this end and I'll feed it through the top straw. There we go. As I pull this tight, the straw will come on out. There we go. Now you want to pull this snug, but don't pull it so tight that you can't adjust the bracelet anymore. Now I'll use super glue to keep our adjusting bead from unraveling. I'll take my glue, I'll press it right up against, give it a little squeeze. And you want to use the kind that is not viscous at all. You want it to be nice and, I don't know, runny, if that's what you want to call it. Same thing on this side. Push in the glue. There we go. Okay, for this next part, you want to be real careful. There's a certain way you need to do this. I'm going to take my razor blade and I'm going to match it right up to the edge of where I want it cut. Okay, but then I'm going to take the other corner and I'm going to push it down into a surface that I don't mind poking. Okay, and I'm going to take this cord here and I'm going to pull it straight up. There we go. And with any luck, I just cut my bracelet. So don't do that. You want to be real careful. Okay, I was a little too aggressive on that side. Let's try it again from this side. This time not being so aggressive. I'm going to pull up. There we go. All right, this side, I did it the way it was supposed to happen. Okay, I remade the bracelet. We have 1 protective layer, and I'm going to do another 2. Just so I don't have to make this thing a 3rd time. There we go. Okay, let's add our 2nd protective layer and our 3rd protective layer. There we go. Okay, here's where I went wrong the first time. On one side I have it underneath where it crosses over. The other side I have it clean out of the crossover. So what I want to do is pull this out of the way so I have a clean area to cut. All right, let's do that again. Same technique, but this time we got in our practice. We'll line it up right where we want it cut and pull up. There we go. Yep, that worked out perfect. Okay, let's pull this off, see how we did. There we go. Oh yeah, we're looking clean. All right, now it's just a matter of getting everything lined up. Pull that tight. Make sure that this is nice and centered. That's looking good. Let's give it a try. Over here, we'll pull the ends. There we go. What do you think?
Looks good.
There it is. I hope this helped. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching.